If you see that transition from beginning to end, you will be shocked to see just how it unfolds. Yeah, she's come a long way. I'm proud of her.
And by the grace of God, I'm here.
Connie was in a very broken place. Yeah, she had a lot of life situations going on.
I was brought up and raised here in Huntsville on the north side, and but this could happen to anyone. Never say never. I had a great family, had great jobs. I had it all, you know. I was married to a very wealthy man here in town.
Connie had some substance abuse and some domestic abuse, and she struggled with it a great deal when it came down to her connection with her family, and her displacement with her faith sometimes.
My ex-husband's employee had me try something, and it numbed me. It was like, whoa, what is this? I'd never seen a drug, but there was no more depression. There was no more suicidal thoughts or anything. And I liked that. And then from that point on, after my divorce, of feeling that numbness, I continued to be an addict for about 21 years. I felt like my whole world was nothing but a conspiracy, you know, against me. I didn't deserve, you know. I didn't think all that was going to come with a divorce. But never say never, you know. I had it all one day, and then the next day I had nothing. If it wasn't for First Stop and them being there for me when I was sleeping in the tent, when I was sleeping anywhere I could. It was dangerous. The sex part, getting robbed, just a lot of horrible, horrible, traumatic things have happened.
It's more than a meal. It's more than a place to sleep at night. It's real relationships with real caseworkers, real volunteers, a place where people can go and connect and make that next step, that there is help out there to get out of homelessness.
She came in and she was like, Shanice, I just need help. I just need some help. I don't know why. I feel like I'm not getting no help. Can you help me?
Something about that girl, I just don't know, but Shanice has always been, she was the very first one I met when I went to First Stop. I just feel so close to her. I think just because she is very non-judgmental.
I am a priest to the parishioners at Nativity, and then I'm also a priest to the clients at First Stop.
Mother Rosie would come to First Stop a lot, and she would have like service with us, or she would blend in with us and talk to us and see how our day was going. And she was just comforting, you know, she's just very comforting to us, someone that we know that we could go to and, you know, and lean on her for anything.
She knew that she could come and talk to me without being like, where were you? Why didn't you do this? Because we don't know the trauma that people have been through.
She would do something wrong, but she would come back and say, I messed up.
There has been things that I have done that I'm not happy about, that we now laugh about, you know.
Connie was trying to get her documents, like some legal documents.
I go to the probate, you know, and I don't know, I must have been up for days, I don't know, but I'm standing there, I'm waiting on her, you know, and she's, well, let me go to the bathroom. I walk to the bathroom, see this cup, you know, it's a pretty cup. So I think I did, I remember. Yeah, I'll tell the truth. I went over there and I took the cup.
I had to apologize on behalf of Connie, on behalf of First Stop, on behalf I just felt bad. And so, now granted, I was mad. I was mad, because why would you do that?
And Shanice asked me that, like the next day, she's like, I said, oh, where were you, Shanice? I waited on you. Why did you steal that cup, she said. I said, what cup? Did I steal no cup, Shanice? She's like, yes, you did. They pulled the cameras back, and I was like, oh no. I was so embarrassed.
Maybe a week or so later, Connie came back to me. She was like, Shanice, I really feel bad about what I did to that lady. and I really want to write her a letter and tell her that I'm sorry. I really want to go up there and take it to her, but I'm scared. I said, okay, Connie. I said, how about this? You just write the letter, and I'll take it up there.
So I ended up writing a letter to the lady I stole it from, telling her a little bit about my story, and that I was very sorry. And I put some money in there, I think a $20 bill.
I said, my client came in here a couple weeks ago, and she took a cup. I don't know whose cup it was, but she was like, yeah, that was my cup. And I was like, well, she wants me to let you know that she apologizes, and she wants me to give you this letter. And then she looked up at me and like she almost was in tears, and she was like, I really needed that today. Like, I really had a bad day and I really needed that letter. And she was like, it's not even about the cup. I appreciate her doing that. And I was like, yeah. So when I got back to First Stop, I saw Connie. I said, Connie, that lady said you really made her day. And that look on her face, on Connie's face, when I told her that, it was like that sigh of release, like, thank you. She was held accountable for something. And I didn't have to tell her to do it. It was something that she wanted to do.
To see her progress is life-giving, to see her smile, to see her self-worth be what it is. Yeah.
Oh goodness, life today feels so normal. Just transforming back into the real world, coming from, everything to sleeping in a tent and sleeping on strangers' couches and out in the woods, on and off for 20 some odd years, to finally, when I walked in my own apartment, it was an instant gratification that it was, I just started transforming everything. I just felt normal. I don't relive the past no more, but I remember where I come from. You can't do it on your own. You have to have support. You have to have someone there that knows you, that's walked in your shoes, that cares, that's out for your best interest. If not, there's no way possible. There's no way.
No matter how many times she bailed on rehab, no matter how many times that she bailed on her caseworker, no matter how many times she bailed on just picking up her mail, First Stop was there for her.
She has the urge for being more, and I love that for her. And I see that in her, and every time I see her, I tell her, Connie, you're doing great. You're doing great. And all she does is look at me and say, Shanice, I'm doing good.
It's amazing. I'm just going to keep climbing. I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep trying to learn and improve and do the best that I can. And I want to help those that's walked in my shoes.
Every time we could do a home visit, to see her continue to grow, to see her continue to do a new milestone, I love that. I love that I got to see that.